Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video is composed of things that I tinkered with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. This video should contain tips and tricks of things that I've learned throughout the year. Now, I only plan on leaving this video posted for about 30 days. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day, pull apart in Charlotte.
We got phones and all that.
A 91 Bertone. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that was an accessory back then on these things. Look at them door panels. Door panels in good shape. Dash trim looks like it's in good shape. Look like it's got an owner's manual packet. Somebody needs some Bertone parts. Here it is. Limited edition. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these in red. The corner lights seem to be in decent shape.
This was a remote control, I think.
For a garage opener?
Yeah.
Here's my nephew's Malibu. Man, this dude needs some tires before he kills somebody. The paint is starting to walk away because it ain't being polished. And I'm going to hit the polisher on this. It's just almost grayed out, but it is kind of smooth, so it'll polish up. We're going to see what's going on this information system and go from there. All seems well on this. Check left rear tire pressure. Washer fluid low, add water. The tire thing is popping. Change engine oil soon. That needs to be reset. Service tire monitor system. That's probably a bad sensor in there. Check left rear tire pressure. So that's not bad. Let's see how to reset the oil service light if you have the owner's manual in this thing. He's also got a fuse panel door missing. I'm going to show you how to reset the oil life change indicator in your display. When the car is on, it don't even have to be running. Ignition turned on. Your screen is going through its warnings. If you look over here, you want to press this until you see your oil life remaining. So I press that, press that, press that. 0 oil life remaining. When that is on, you want to hit this and hold this check button until that resets. I think you got to hold it about 5 seconds. There it is, 100% oil life remaining. That is all you have to do to reset your oil change reminder. In the maintenance system, it's telling you that one of the tire pressures is low. The tires have a sensor in it, and when it loses communication or it senses the pressure low, it gives you a warning. Service tire monitor system probably has a dead battery in one of the system. Check the left rear tire pressure. We'll do that with a tire pressure gauge. The washer fluid's low. We're going to add washer fluid and back to that service reminder. So let's check the tire pressure and put some washer fluid in this vehicle. Pull this latch here. Come out here, open the hood. All cars have a latch. You can feel it under here. I feel it right there. I push it to the middle, lift the hood up. So the windshield washer fluid is here. I'm going to add windshield washer fluid in that. You always want to check your coolant reservoir. Make sure it's not low. If that thing is dirty, you need to clean the engine so you can see that. You want to check your brake fluid, and you want to check your engine oil once a week or so. This 2001 Chevrolet Malibu, we have a error code P0403 for the EGR system malfunction. We're going to replace the EGR valve. We don't think it's ever been replaced. So if you come in from the driver's side, the EGR valve is right here. It had this plug in it. So you push this tab down on the plug, pull it out, and then we're going to take the bolts out of it. Short extension on a 10 millimeter and get the bolt out of the EGR back. Sometimes these bolts are 13, usually they're 10 millimeter. After that, we got a 10 millimeter bolt right here, and then there's one on the other side that you may be able to see down there. Take those two 10 millimeters out, and it falls right off of the back of the, I believe, exhaust manifold. So you want to let the car cool down because this stuff is really hot. And you don't want to bust any of these small tubes or nothing like that. So be gentle and be careful. So here's the EGR valve. It actually didn't look that old. You got a gasket on here. So you want to make sure you put a gasket on there, either a new one, or be careful removing this one and transferring it over. And this is the valve that we're putting on there. Even though I had a grip on that passenger side bolt, it still fell down there. So if you look down there, you can see that bolt laying down there. I'm going to reach down there and get it right down over here. Then I'm going to put it all back together. Get it off. Alright, we're going to put the other one on. We got the gasket on, both bolts in, bolt in the back, the plug in. I think that plug has some special clip on it at the other place. Anyway, we're going to check the codes, clear the codes, then start it up, and then make sure it stays off. This code was coming back on within 10 seconds of the car running, so we'll find out if it's this valve real quick. To me, this valve didn't look original, but it may have been some cheap aftermarket. As you can see, this part here has a GM sticker on it, so we know it's original. And we're going to scan it, clear the code, start it, make sure the code stays out. We'll be done. Now this vehicle is a 2001 Chevrolet Malibu. I believe the Impalas have the same engine, same EGR valve location, so we're going to list all the compatible vehicles in the comment section. Using the top-down scanner, there's a video link below to the review and the link to it if you want to purchase it. That's the code, P403, exhaust gas recirculation control circuit. It says it has another code because it says one of two, so you arrow to the right to see the other code, or down. It's a pending code for the same thing. So we're going to hit OK, or back rather, and we're going to arrow down to erase the codes, hit OK, and it says it's going to clear the code. Are you sure? Of course we're sure. Please turn the ignition on. We already got the ignition on. So it's processing. Then it says
mission related
diagnostic information has been cleared. So it's done. So we're going to back out of there, hit OK, back out of there, OK, we're exiting. We're going to cut the key off and unplug the scanner. And unplug the scanner down there. So when we start it, the check engine light should not come back on. So, alright, the check engine light is out. It shows the door is open. We're going to take it for a test drive, make sure it stays out, and that'll be it. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask in the comments section. Maybe somebody will answer for you. Okay, so we got rid of the 403 code saying that the valve wasn't working. Now we got a 401 code saying that it has insufficient flow. Usually a passage in the EGR is blocked. You could clean out the port in the EGR where it connects to the manifold. However, this one was relatively clean. So the common thing on these is for a port going from the throttle body back to the EGR area gets crud in it and clogs up. So what we're going to do is pull the intake tube. We got an 8mm or straight tip screwdriver there. We got to pull this tube off of there, hit that clamp on the other side, and work this tube out. Then we'll be able to see the crud inside the throttle body. Pull the vacuum tube out the top, loosen this clamp as much as I thought necessary, loosen this clamp. I got a wire connection back here. I'm going to pull that because I don't want to break that. Then I'm going to massage this intake tube out. Man, it came out real easy. So, let me, gosh, get that out of the way. Man, that thing wasn't hardly on the intake. Actually, I'm going to leave that plugged up, the airflow sensor and stuff. And open this throttle body. You'll probably see it clogged up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you probably have to take the whole throttle body off to see it. I can't see it with that throttle body on there.
You got a light?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I do look a little. What can you put in there to clean it? Can you spray some?
Probably could spray something or put a zip tie down in there and poke at it a little bit, or like a paper clip or something. I have the intake tube off. Need to remove this bolt here, what looks like a 12 or 13. This nut down here. And that should allow you to pull the throttle body off of the intake. I don't see any other bolts holding that throttle body on there. Be careful with the gasket, you don't lose or damage it. So, let me pull this throttle body off of there. Pull that 13 out there. Pull this 13 nut off here. Then there's a deep 13 behind that. Break that loose, then you may be able to wiggle that throttle body back far enough to get in there and clean it. I have that screw out. Now this throttle body will probably won't come away from here because of this bracket. So I got look like a 10 there. But if I pull these two 10s from up top, they'll let that intake go. Probably pull out. But this is holding that together. Throttle body pulled away, and if you look down in there, you'll see that EGR port totally clogged up there with sludge. Fully unplugged these two connectors, undid these two coolant lines. Now I have full access to this intake manifold. So we're going to work on digging and cleaning that out with carb spray so that this thing can have the right flow back to the EGR valve. That's the EGR valve right there. Screw the screw down in the hole and pull that carbon out, because that hole has to be clear. I don't want to just pack it tighter with anything, so I'm trying to drag that sludge out of there with this screw. I ran it open with this screw here. Now I'm going to use this next larger one to open it up the rest of the way. Then we're going to pick out what we can, and then we're going to spray it with carb cleaner and run a plastic zip tie down through there. Make sure it goes back up to the EGR valve. So you see the zip tie, it's gone down that far. Just jam it up and down. Now you know the passage is clean. So now we're going to spray a little carb cleaner in there, put this back together, fire it up, clear the code, take it for another test drive. Now you see the holes clear. We ran the zip tie through there. We got a little bit of the ledge cleared out. We got all the gunk cleaned out around it. So we're going to set the throttle body back on there, hook up those two coolant lines, put the bolts in the throttle body. They're 13 millimeters. Airflow sensor in position. Make sure you get that metal lined up in the rubber ducting. Tighten the clamps down. This clamp was actually loose. We got that clamp, got this back in that holder, got that tube back in there. You want to put that in before you put the throttle body in place, and everything's back together. Plugs are in, everything's cleaned up. We're going to clear the code, fire it up, take it for a ride, and we should no longer have a 401. We got an error code P0401. The Chevrolet Malibu, probably the same for Impalas with the 6-cylinder engine. Turn it on, hit the scanner, we'll show you the code, clear the code, show you the cleaning procedure, and go from there.
Hit.
If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.